Hi, I'm David Spade.
Hi, I'm Dan Blarney. And together we're Fly on the Wall.
Together we are here to pump. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Let's do some questions. It's an experimental thing. We're going to do questions, and I'm sure we'll never do it again. It'll suck so bad. But Dana, tell them what's going on.
Anything you want to ask us? Because, we get letters and stuff, or people stop us on the street. It's like, why are you wearing that? So if you're inquisitive, you want to know about Saturday Night Live, or really anything, because I'm a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
So I'm also good with advice.
Yeah, so
David has a... See, we don't have to pay a sound effect guy because we have
I got that.
Silver Tongue here. What was that, like spaceship type?
That's a good one. It's like a Martian ship.
What would you do with this one?
Yeah, you can do it with anything. And if you want to
so far.
hit us with your questions,
Yes.
it's flyonthewall@cadence13.com. What does the com stand for?
Commissary?
Yeah. I knew you'd know it. All right, let's go to the first caller. We don't know these people. We've never...
Hey, this
no
is
idea
like
what the
a Vegas magician or a hypnotist. I've never met you, right? Yep. I don't know what you're going to say. So this is off the cuff.
Okay, pop them in. I don't even know the name or anything. Go.
Go.
And go.
And anytime.
And here we go.
And 3, 2, 1, and person.
Action.
This is called the awkward part.
And Dead Air Productions. Oh, here comes something. Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
It's
I like
Warren
you
Grant.
already.
There you go. Okay,
What's your name?
Dave Labar.
Dave. Hi, Dave. How are you? Thanks for being our first guest on our first...
Dave, I like what you've done with that blank wall behind you. It's just
Awesome,
paint
right?
so far, right?
You're a minimalist. Are you Swedish? Are you Swedish? Because I am. You don't have a lot of furniture in there.
No, this is my living room. It's just me and my roommate. So there's not much. I got swingers. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a swingers.
Oh, I remember
poster.
Vince Vaughn, Favreau.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Sure.
That's hip.
Got a big TV. That's not too shabby. Okay, what do you got to say?
What are you thinking, Dave?
My question is, what SNL character of yours or movie character has been the most popular Halloween costume?
Well, Dave, Ed, I know what mine is. It's pretty obvious.
Okay.
I don't really. Do you have a Hollywood costume?
Halloween? This is a good question because it's probably easier with Dana. I'm guessing you're going to say Garth.
Yes.
Or Church Lady.
Garth, the thing about Garth, I don't know why, but women with long blonde hair constantly come up to me and say, you won't believe this. I played Garth on Halloween. But when I raised my kids up in the mountains of Northern California, I thought, okay, I'm getting away from Hollywood, getting away from all that nonsense. First Halloween, I'm at the fireplace. I got the stuff going, passing out the candy. I turn around. There's a kid, a big kid. I think it was a boy. Anyway, dressed exactly like Garth on Halloween. I thought you can run, but you cannot hide.
Oh, man. That's great because every girl I know is like, I could play Garth. I have split ends.
Well, what's funny is me and my girlfriend are going as Wayne and Garth for Halloween.
You are?
Yeah. But here's my whole thing about it. I love Wayne's World. Dana, I love you. But at the end of the night, I kind of want to be with like a Playboy bunny or like a sexy nurse. Instead, I'm staring at Garth.
Oh, she's Garth, yeah.
It gets a little meta, a little weird. You're going to undress Garth. Is that what you're saying, Dave?
Makes me feel kind of funny.
Yeah.
Well, just twist your face. Are you doing Wayne?
Yeah, I'm Wayne. She's Garth.
You're going to be shot right. Just do the hair and go shot right. But is it your girlfriend?
Yeah.
And how what's with this relationship?
We're taking a side turn.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, you're undressing her as my character.
She lives in Vegas. I live here in San Diego, so we're doing the long distance thing. So.
Otherwise known as cheating.
So
no, I'm kidding. Listen,
Vegas
here's what you do when she gets when you get home.
Yeah.
Just pop out your contacts, and she'll look like one of the Real Housewives. I don't know which one, but it'll be a little blurry, and you can fake it with that Garth wig on. But okay. Now here's mine. I know it's already over,
I know what it is.
but now I'm going to answer. I don't think you're going to be right, but go ahead.
Gap Girl.
Well, I get some Gap Girl, but the most Halloween costumes I get is Joe Dirt, and we can see a lot of people do grown-ups. But those aren't from SNL. When I hosted, I think we did, Matt Piedmont and I wrote something about a stripper chaperone named Shane, and it kind of looked like Joe Dirt. I think it was right before I did Joe Dirt, but I sort of liked the name Shane, and Joe Dirt, I was going to be the name Shane, and then we changed it. But the Joe Dirt, even Russell Westbrook went as Joe Dirt. I saw that on his Instagram.
Joe Dirt is a good look, right?
It's a funny look, and it's pretty easy. They're not always that good. My favorite are when babies go as Joe Dirt, because they dress up little kids and babies, and they're always cuter and funnier. And the girl goes as Brandy. Their dog goes as the dog.
Yeah.
But that's it. All right, man. Thank you very much. And I love San Diego, and I was just kidding about that other thing.
Yeah.
And appreciate you calling in,
and
bud.
make sure if you got to put a ring on it at some point.
Okay, easy.
I'm just saying.
Some point. I got to go, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Love you.
Yeah, he could put a ring pop on it this week, and then he's still there.
Still there.
Okay.
Hi. Well, the thing I love about Dave and his question. Oh, hi, Dave. Oh.
All right. When you jump off, you can jump off the Zoom because you don't want to be in the waiting room on someone's computer for the next 5 days. Okay. Well, that was good. I like that one. It was the first one, and he was good. Okay.
We broke the seal.
That was easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try another one. Let's see who's in there. You got personal, Dana. You got really in there. I like that you're digging a little bit.
I'm a licensed therapist.
Oh, he's got portrait background.
Wow. You look like you're suspended in 3-dimensional floating in space.
Looks like he's in a commercial.
I feel like I'm stoned.
Michael, what's up, buddy?
What's he doing, Wayne?
Hey, guys.
Anyway, good to see you. Thanks for being part of our inaugural fan question.
You know what? He knew we were going to make fun of his apartment, so he blurted out.
I blurred out, yeah.
No. Go ahead, bud. We're not going to make fun of you.
Okay, great.
No, it's fine. It looks cool. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm still sort of in disbelief that this is actually happening. When I got the email, I was like, is this a prank? Like, how did I get this? How did I get the right to do this? But this feels real.
Thanks for your question.
It's so odd to be on this side of the fence because for most of my life, I once saw Michael Landon in a restaurant when I was 10 years old from Bonanza, and I couldn't speak. So the idea that you would be nervous around David Spade and me?
He's nervous around you. You should be nervous. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry,
I am nervous. Yeah, no, it's all good. Just to set the stage on where I align, it's Joe Dirt, Master of Disguise. Just the
yes.
Good.
You're
okay.
the one. You're the one.
And,
Joe Dirt was a hit.
Master of Disguise is a great movie. Thank you.
Thank you,
Michael. Okay, go ahead. What do you got?
All right, here's the question. So would just be grateful to hear your guys' strategies, processes, music, and gearing up for like a big day of work, whether that's on set or getting ready to perform or something along those lines. We'd just love to hear about your guys' process there.
God, we kind of asked Paul McCartney that a little bit before he went on, and now we're being asked. That's kind of cool.
He was not as nervous as we were.
I did hear that this morning, actually.
Yeah.
We took that was fun, but I was starstruck. You know, I've met him a couple times, but it was very nerve-wracking to see his face on the Zoom, just because.
Your question should be his question should be what was our prep in just talking to Paul McCartney? That was what we were scared of for like 3 days ahead.
I had to go I was on vacation in Wyoming with my family. I had to go to a special hotel and because to get Wi-Fi, and we didn't know if David was going to make it on the Zoom. He was having technical issues. He was,
Michael, I wanted to kick myself. There's so many things we wanted to ask him, and then I froze up. Dana was pretty smooth, but
I didn't know we could talk about the Beatles.
I know. Once you did, and he sort of got into it, we were like, oh, because we don't want to offend him in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Right.
And I met him at a party once, and he was in line in the loo. Sorry.
Really?
That me and Paul say loo.
This is getting interesting.
And then I said, he was nice, but he's all just high, he's nice. But then I auctioned off tickets to see him at a fundraiser for Haiti, and I wound up it's in my act. I do the whole thing on it, Dana. It's hilarious.
I love to hear
I wound up paying $125,000 for the tickets. So the good news is Haiti is fixed, but the bad news is I fixed it with just one donation. But the bad news is I went to see Paul McCartney. I had to pay all that money. Talk about upsell. And then you're supposed to meet him. And I waited with Kanye, and then they go, "Oh, he'll see you." He had his guitar. It was just he and his wife. And then, Joe Walsh came in, just in that little backstage, little half banger, honey wagon, whatever they call it, trailer. And he was super nice. And I never found out, did he know it was because I bid on that? Because we called and said, "Hey, David wanted to come see Paul," and thought they knew what I meant. And they just said, "Oh, sure." And they said, "Okay, come say hi." And he never mentioned it. I thought he'd be like, "Holy shit." Why?
They don't remember, when you're the most famous person on the planet, you just, But I'll answer your question as Paul.
Yeah.
I get up, I brush your teeth. I do a teeth. I get a nice little brekkie, I put on my best trousers, put a little water on my face. I'm ready for my show. To your question, though, if I'm doing a 90-minute stand-up set, I don't normally nap, but I'll try to close my eyes for a while. I'll look at my notes, close my eyes some more. I'll try to eat a light meal, salmon, right at a certain time frame, make sure I'm hydrated, and really do some push-ups or something to be optimal as much as I can. David?
Yeah, I'm on this kind of a tour right now, and Dana and I both don't do stand-up all the time like we used to, but this year I'm trying. And when I got to go out there and do an hour or whatever, even more. Dana does 90, which is even harder.
90 on the toes.
90, and he's fucking doing a lot of shit, and his voice, and he's physical. I'm out there mumbling. My stupid act, but it is hard.
Wait a minute, you got tickets on sale.
No, but it's hysterical. But I can eat almost anything right before I go on. I'll eat a steak. When I was on that Sandler tour, they had a steak backstage every night. I ate a full steak, and I go, and they're like, "You're up next." They're introing you, and I go, "Okay."
Oh, full steak, and
slug
now
my vodka Diet Coke.
David Spudler.
Yeah, and then I walk out. Hello.
But now I know why you're so low key in your act. You just got a big steak.
I'm dying, yeah.
But I will have a little bit of chocolate sometimes, like just a square of chocolate.
So it's really all food oriented for you guys.
I do drink a little. I usually have a few knocks, probably 2, but that's it. But then I get scared. I don't want to be too buzzed. But I do have fun out there because it is nerve wracking. I still for sure get nervous.
You want to? I feel like when people buy tickets and stuff, a responsibility to be optimal as much as possible. Because I was on stage, 1,500 people. And I hadn't done a full 90 in a while, and I got to a really good bit, and I was setting it up, bing, bang, boom. What the fuck is the next line?
What's bang?
I only missed 2, but that was very painful.
I remember bing and boom.
So what I did, the next gig I had, I just repeated the bit in my hotel room over and over again. But you want to be optimal, you want to be good, you want to make them happy, so you just want to feel good out there if you can. But a lot of times, you know what? You're kind of exhausted from travel. That's the problem. Travel is just dings you.
This weekend, Mike, I'll tell you, because when it's a theater, it is a different vibe when they're paying more. They're excited. You see them on Instagram, like saying, I'm in line, I'm this. And I remember this weekend, I wanted to try some different bits. So like Dana, if I haven't done one in a while, I have to say it out loud to figure out all the snags, because you can get in the middle of it and you just stop and go, I don't even know what the ending was. I don't know where I was going with this. So you have to go beginning, middle, end, and you go, I got it. And then you go out there.
Really, really, really helps. Do you have any follow-up, or did that answer your question?
No, that's great. I'm grateful for that answer. But I guess my only follow-up would be like, what's your do you have like a pump-up music that you go for? Because I'm getting ready to run the New York City Marathon, raise some money for cancer research. And it's like, what? I'm listening to Big Booty Mix right now. I don't know if you know what that is, if you've heard of that.
I know what big booties are.
I would say a song that David loves, and I saw it the other night because my wife and I were watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it was LL Cool J. Anything with energy, like Mama Said Knock You Out, would really, that makes me laugh. It's such a funny song. Mama Said Knock You Out, because, anything with high, just massive,
what's the Zeppelin song I go up to? Whole Lot of Love. I go up to Whole Lot of Love. I go up to Beastie Boys, Sabotage sometimes. In Arizona, I went up to Arizona by Scorpions. And anything gets you going. But Dana, by the way, should tell you, he's scribbling all these down, which is smart.
I literally,
he literally was like, "Oh, one more question. I thought this was a sports
writing
show."
Down the music. Well, if you start getting tired toward the end of the marathon, just put on like Peter, Paul, and Mary, like as you're just slowing down.
Dana does Puff the Magic Dragon for the first,
the last quarter mile.
Yeah,
I ran a marathon, almost killed.
Dana, I'd heard a little birdie told me that Dana, no, a deer from the old Rules of Engagement, always wanted me to ask you if you have some record or some running record or distance record. Is that possible?
For what? For show business?
No, for being the oldest living comic. No, for being, you were like a marathon runner and you have some records because you're a good runner.
I ran a 4:27 mile at age 17.
Wow.
That's not bad.
See that?
Wow.
And I ran a marathon, but it was in August. I also was 17. It was like 90 degrees out. The first 10 miles are uphill. They discontinue it because people died. But I ran that in 3:04, which is, I could have run 2:40 at the time.
See,
but I was running a lot. That's all. People go, how'd you do that? Well, I just ran a lot. That's all I did.
So you're bumping him up because he's about to do the big monster one.
I've been training since December, and I would be like elated to run it under 4 hours. I can't even imagine what it would take to run it in 3 minutes and 4 seconds. That sounds
well, 3 hours.
You
but
ran a
it's
marathon.
7 minute pace, but it was with a lot of hills. This one's flat. Don't go out too fast. Always stay aerobic, not anaerobic. So like just below a talking thing. And just make sure that you go out a little slower than you even want. And you want to have negative splits if you can. Get to 13.1 halfway. And that's when you, what I call, put the hammer down and dominate your competition.
My advice is when you get finished, just show girls your step counter and just go, "Hey, did you do 400,000 steps today?" "Oh, that's me. That's right. Can I buy you a drink?"
It's a billion steps. Well, that's really cool you're doing that. Is your knees okay? Your hips, you got good shoes? You're all right?
Yep, everything's good right now.
He's ready to roll.
I'm happy to be where I am.
Good for you.
Well,
that's
congratulations.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you.
And thank you for checking in on us.
Thank you, guys. This is awesome. Take care.
All right.
Appreciate
Peace out, bro.
Love you, bro.
I feel like I was slumping during him, but I'm back
sit
up.
Straight.
You can't see all the Land Cruisers on my shirt. This is weird because when I look at the video, I'm like this.
We don't normally look at ourselves when we do this.
It's fucking Precious. What's that dude's name?
Oh,
who invited?
Hello.
Hi. I'm sorry. You're on.
Kim.
Hi.
We both go like this.
It's literally this small.
You know how it puts it in the corner of your Zoom?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Kim, what's going on? You look very nice today.
Oh, thank you. So I was just wondering about venue size. I saw.
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
Does venue size matter?
Yeah. Question.
You know what? Is that? Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, so the thought just simply was that, first of all, I have a very hard 10-row rule. If I have to sit more than 10 rows back, I'm not going.
Oh, wow.
To see anything. So, but when I went and saw David recently, I was in the front row, and you're yakking with the 9-year-old kid, in the front row, and
do you remember it?
To the guy next to me, and so it's kind of like it feels very spontaneous and very personal if you're sitting in the audience.
Yeah.
Right. So as you scale up in venue size, at what point do you lose that, and how does it actually change either the material you deliver or how you deliver it? And does that connection really, and what's the largest venue you've actually ever been in where you felt like maybe you lost that connection?
I'll start.
Kind of a sophisticated question.
Because she was at.
Are you a performer, or just
no? No, I've spent a lot of time with performers. Yeah.
You go to a lot of shows too, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I love going to shows. I'm like you, where I will spend money on scalping tickets or whatever, just to try to get up close, or it's not worth it to me. And I think you're talking about Saratoga, possibly, the show. And because there was
winery there.
Was the kid with you? Was it your kid?
No, it wasn't my kid. No, they were sitting a little farther down, and then
there was like a 10-year-old in the front row.
Oh, I've had that. You go out and like 8 or 10-year-olds there, and then you think, oh, that's a fuck bomb, and that bit's a little too sophisticated. Yeah.
But I had fun with this kid. I actually liked that show a lot. It was outdoors. It was beautiful.
Great for an outdoor theater. Awesome.
And it was fun to refer back to this kid. Of course, I did not know he was going to be there. I didn't know. I mean, you just walk out and you're kind of playing off in between jokes, you look around.
You got his name.
I don't know his name.
You didn't get his name? Because usually you go, hey, Michael. What do you think,
I go
Michael?
back to him. I go, but one of the things also is you can't really change the act for this one kid to rip off the audience, because you start going like Dana's saying, I can't say this joke unless you mention it, and then you do it anyway. Like it's kind of funny, but I don't want to. I only change it if my mom's there. Honestly, I only change it. And,
really?
But with venue size, I wish the ones we're doing now are pretty big, about 2,025. And I would say more than that, I would like to have a video screen, because I make a lot of faces. Dana's the same way. A lot of the acting, a lot of the goofy stuff is here. And I want everyone to see in the balcony and everything.
The big screens do help. I played a 4,700 seat county fair last weekend in Fresno, and I was halfway. Yeah, and it was gigantic. And you just have to pump more energy and remember not to get too tied up with the people in the first row. And then there was a little like a band started playing rhythm and blues really loud in the middle of my act at another kiosk at the State Fair. And I'm like, I just started singing along with them. But yeah, it depends on the room. Sometimes rooms are big and they play kind of small and vice versa. But if you can get up front, but first row, that's a little tight. I don't want to. You're in the light then a little bit, right?
Well, you might get lit up too.
Well, I don't worry so much about that. I try to be very yeah. But anyway, yeah. So thanks for the answer. Appreciate it.
That's nice. She goes, I think I've heard
the
enough.
Next concert. Hopefully there's a little kid next to you.
No, that was a fun show. I hope you thought so, because I liked that show. We had a great time.
Oh my God. I actually laughed so hard I blew perfectly good vodka out my nose. Literally.
Oh, good.
It was really
Wow, that's a t-shirt. Perfectly good vodka out my nose.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy it.
Well,
he's a great
Dana comes up there, see him next time, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right,
pleasure.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
She's very sweet. Look, she had a good
Very
question,
nice.
and then she wrapped it up, which is never,
I know
which is nice.
That was unusual. Mm-hmm.
She gave the whoa sign like, too much,
Whoa.
guy. Just, is it good or bad?
They're kind of sophisticated questions about performing.
Oh, we got a side pony.
Hi.
Look at that.
That's
All the hair
cool.
is to the side. There's a name for that. I don't know if it's side pony, but.
Oh, I had my wrong name. Sorry.
Oh yeah, get it. It's Alice.
It's not Alice?
It's not Alice. I write murder mysteries, and I guess I was Alice last time.
I like that.
You write murder mysteries?
Yeah, just as a side thing.
Oh,
fun
when
thing.
did Bob Ross paint that painting behind you?
I know, it's so beautiful.
Let's put a little flower here. We're gonna put some smoke, some fun smoke. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What do you got for us?
I love you guys so much. I just have to say that I've been watching you since I was 5 years old on TV. So love you. Me and my sisters, we all love you. We watched you on Saturday Night Live. We love all your movies. Okay. But Dana, we really identified with your movie Opportunity Knocks.
You did.
Which I've never heard you talk about on this podcast yet. But we loved it because of all the scheming and pranking, because that's our favorite pastime to do together. So like what your movie's about.
There was a lot of scheming and pranking, yeah.
Tell us the log line sort of opportunity for the people.
Well, it was a guy who was sort of on the lam, and he hid out in this house, right, and pretended to be really rich. Mm-hmm. And then, to get away from the cops and stuff, he did the characters and he manipulated people. You probably know it better than I do at this point.
I was about to say, Dana's like going,
and then the house you were living in, the family thought you were the guy that was supposed to be there.
Yes.
And so you had to fall in love with their daughter. And then they found out.
I like this.
Really good
God, it's a better movie than I thought. I should have read the script.
I saw it back. Really I should have read this.
I should have read the script.
I saw it back then, and I thought it's funny because, Dana, it's like a classic Hollywood thing. Like, get a guy that's funny at characters, that can play anything, and then they find a movie finally goes, oh, he can do this. Because I think the poster, you had your hair greased back. You're dressed all suave.
I was, didn't know what I was doing, but it was, it ended up pretty good. People do like it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's really good. So my question is about pranks. What epic pranks happened backstage at Saturday Night Live?
Oh.
Pranks.
Let me think.
Pranks.
It wasn't really a prank, but I remember Chris wiped his butt with my USA Today once. I guess that's a prank.
That's probably the biggest crank.
That's it.
That's it.
Little coat.
What? Oh,
We
well,
didn't have much time. We were just scrambling trying to put the show together. There wasn't much time for frivolity in that way. Don't you think? I mean,
well,
hey,
of course.
I know
mean,
you're trying to get your sketch together,
you're
but
too
look at
stressed.
this big funny clown nose.
Yeah, it's not like the Ocean's 11 set where George Clooney has a fake snake and he's throwing it at Brett. But I will say, yeah, the scene in Tommy Boy was based. Chris Farley and I had an office where, you remember Dane, like I'm facing a wall with that wooden desk and a legal pad, and then Chris is behind me doing absolutely nothing. And I was writing, and he would go, David, turn around. And I go, no. And he goes, David. He's like a child. And I go, Chris, because I had a little Levi jacket. I go, if this is fat guy in a little coat, it's not funny anymore. And he goes, no, it's not. If you're wearing my little coat and you're going to say fat guy in a little coat, I don't want it because I have to write. And he goes, no, it's a new thing. And then I turn around and he's got it on and he goes, fat guy, little coat, don't you quit on it.
Well,
It's
Farley
the
was
best
probably
sketch.
the chief.
That's my sister's favorite sketch.
Yeah, so that turned into a dead spot in Tommy Boy where we're just selling brake pads. And then you go, oh, what if we threw this in there just to spice it up a bit?
Well,
Nice.
I love it. That's the kind of funny thing that lasts forever because it doesn't really. Where's the joke? It's just a fat guy put on a little coat.
Yeah,
but it's so Chris.
And he moves around, he put a little
moves
song
around.
to it.
And guess
Yeah.
what? I'm a fat guy in a little coat. So that's why it's so funny.
And he ripped the coat.
But yeah, Chris was a prankster. He would just burst into the writer's room naked at midnight.
Right.
Hi, everybody. So, but he was one of a kind.
That's probably the closest we had to pranks was just Chris constantly being naked.
And one time, Dennis Miller had the fake rattlesnake eggs thing, Open it up, Carvey. It's a gift. Okay? Pop down a minute. Okay? Thought it was a rattler for a second, all right?
Thought it made its way from fucking Scottsdale.
Do you do pranks on your friends?
Yes. Well, my sister is the mastermind, and she just tells me what to do because I don't have any shame. And then we just I just do it to make my friends laugh. So, she told me to put on white pants and then put chocolate frosting on my butt. And then I walk into stores and I just
Angela.
say, where's the bathroom? And then when they point, then you pivot perfectly. So then they see that you crapped your pants. And then
someone quietly films. They film it?
That is.
Yeah.
And they show.
Yeah. So it's really stupid.
You could do a reality show on Pluto television.
She's like, then we take a can of tomato soup. We're like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
On the call sheet, it would say butt poo prank,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like that she's saying that she does them too because they're hard to kind of think up. And you know what you have, and this sounds crazy, she has phone fingers. Good iPhone fingers. You know when girls take a selfie like this, they go like that in the mirror? Look at that. Go like that with your fingers. See? She's got the little fingers and
Cool
nails.
fingers.
This is something. It's something now I notice and I can't not notice on people.
Okay.
But that really probably wasn't why you're calling. But anyway,
fingers.
Thank you for calling. And
Thank
Do my
you.
giant hands bother you?
No.
I do it like this. I go, are my hands too big? Is that
Are
a problem with
they-
people?
it was a COVID thing,
They go. It all grew. Thank you, Angela, and keep
you.
listening if you get a chance.
And keep on
Oh, yeah, I
pranking.
love you guys.
Appreciate you.
she should have like that.
She's
Keep
cute.
on pranking, trucking shirt. Remember?
I
Keep
love
on
the
trucking.
innocence of smearing chocolate or something on your pants and walking around a store, but did it with such innocence and frivolity.
All right, well, folks, you heard it here first.
Or do we have folks?
I guess.
We have Greg and Heather.
If you want to write
ladies and
in,
gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show.
fly on the wall at cadence13.com. It's the 13, right? Cadence13.com.
.com.
And that was fun. I actually like doing that. So we really
Yeah,
got in touch
because
with the people
really
that listen,
nice people.
saw our crowd a little bit, and ate some watermelon. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
This has been a podcast presentation of Cadence 13. Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes. Available now for free wherever you get your podcast.
No joke, folks. Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13, executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment.
The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman with production and engineering support from Serena Regan and Chris Basil of Cadence 13.